Hey Capricorn, welcome to July 2022. This is going to be a reading for you guys for the month of July. Hopefully it gives you a little snippet of what's coming up. We'll get an overall energy for you guys from the Knowing, which is a shamanic tarot deck, a shamanic oracle deck. I'm actually going to read a little bit from the book for that. Because I'm still learning it and I just love their suggestions. And then we'll move on to a Celtic cross for you guys for the month from the Weaver Tarot. Such a gorgeous deck. I love this one so much. And we'll do a little clarifying from the Everyday Tarot from Betty Tarot. Also love this deck so much. I love my decks. Also, a really strong message that's been coming up for July is just jump in to whatever it is that you want to do, to whatever it is that's been important to you, to whatever it is that you've been putting on the back burner. July is a month to just move forward, even if it's in tiny steps, but if it's in big ones too, it's time to just take the leap in July. So Capricorn, let's see what we got going on for you guys in July. Overall energy for you here. July 2022 for Capricorn. There you go. Let's see what we got. Bacteria. This deck is so fascinating. Bacteria. There's like animals, there's plants, there's even a surprise card that like put me on my ass when I turned it over. I'll leave that for the future if we use this deck again. But let's see what bacteria has to offer you this month. Capricorn. Since the era of Pasteur, I have no idea what that is, humankind has been obsessed with keeping ourselves and our environment sterile and free of invisible infectious agents like bacteria, having designated them as being the reason that sickness develops in a body. Even today, when I speak to people about the bacteria that inhabit their gut and their skin and their mouth and their entire world, I find individuals are often entirely disgusted at having to think about their body being inhabited by these horrible, disease-causing tiny beings. And yet the reality is that based only on the number of cells in a body, we are approximately 90% bacterial and only 10% real human. We have made bacteria into the ultimate other in our culture and something that must be disinfected, pasteurized, eradicated out of existence. Eradicated out of existence, and yet we are indivisible from them entirely. Spiritually, encountering bacteria through infection tends to occur when we are acting like separate agents in the world and are perhaps too consumed by thinking of ourselves as a single unit rather than an independent thread in the web of existence. So where am I independent and where am I not aware of my interdependence? Whoa, Capricorn, that's a powerful message. This image makes me a little uncomfortable even, so I can imagine what you guys might be feeling on the other side. That is absolutely one of the biggest factors in using this deck, is that it does not mess around and it gives you the message clearly. And Capricorn, if there is one sign in this tarot, and by tarot I mean astrology, if there's one astrological sign who can take the truth as it is for the betterment of the final outcome, it is you guys. So I know you're going to take this head on. But where do you need to integrate this month? And we'll see how this relates to your overall message, an overall theme. But where are you fighting against something that's intrinsically you? Where do you need to integrate? Where do you need to see the worst parts of yourself as contributing to the bests, or being a lot of who you are, or accepting parts of yourself, or even accepting parts of the world around you, people that like maybe you're not agreeing with, or having arguments at home or in the workplace? Are there places there that are actually really beneficial to you, even though they are contentious, or even though you might be seeing them as other and wanting to sort of like put it away in a closet? So let's go ahead and just be brave. We're going to leave that on the side there. See what else your reading pulls up for you. I knew that was the trade-off of using this deck. It does not mess around. The shamanic, the knowing, and for the most part I don't think any of the other signs. Let go of the struggle. Let go of the struggle, Capricorn, in fighting something that's already you, that's helping you into completion. So anyway, all of the other signs have gotten like really sweet animals and their plants and soothing messages. So you're taking this head on, Capricorn, which means to me you're ready. You're ready for the biggest fight. You're ready for the biggest advancement. You're ready to face the biggest pieces. And therefore, you are ready for the biggest reward. Let's face it. All right, Capricorn. Boom. Sovereign of Cups. In this deck, sovereigns are queens. What did I tell you? Crossed by the Fool there. Two of Wands in reverse. Four of Swords there in the bottom. And these cards are pretty big, so I'm going to hope that you guys can see them here. But if not, we will just... maybe if I turn off my light. They're also so gorgeous, but they are iridescent, as you guys can see. So I will turn off a little light and see if maybe just the daylight this morning will help. Seven of Wands. You don't want to give up the fight. The Anchor in reverse, gorgeous. You're willing to give up the fight. The Magi, gorgeous. In your environment. I'm so sorry, I've got a little frog in my throat this morning. Four of Coins. And ending on the Ruler of Cups. Okay. Well, Capricorn, if you have been excited about partnership or a relationship, you're starting and ending. And okay, at the bottom of the deck is Nine of Cups. So bottom of the deck immediately is the foundation of your reading, as well as just like wish fulfillment. So if you are hoping or working towards a new relationship, you're starting with the Queen of Cups, you're ending with the King of Cups, the Ruler of Cups here. So with that elevated pair of characters on the board here, you absolutely have massive potential. And in cups, in these upright positions, that's really, really gorgeous. So maybe this is a real balancing, just as a quick overview of different parts of yourself. You know, as we're integrating, that can be, oh my gosh, okay, that's also coming in super strong, is like, are you pushing away your masculine? Are you pushing away your feminine? Regardless of what gender you are you driving too hard all of the time? Are you trying to get stuff done? And Capricorn, this could be you. No big deal. Are you pushing yourself to do really hard at work or towards a goal or in life? Are you not taking the breaks that you need? Are you shoving your feminine away, that part of you that needs rest, that needs rejuvenation? Are you deeming that as like unacceptable, unworthy, not good enough, right? We do that a lot of the time when we push ourselves towards goals. Or conversely, do you have things that you want to do or want to accomplish? And are you relaxing too much and thinking, you know, gosh, all those people that are out there doing the hustle are crazy in our culture, because we tend to be sort of like masculine manifestation based, meaning like we're so overproductive. We live in this patriarchal society. We tend to villainize the feminine, the slowing down, the receiving, the intuition, the moving when we're ready to, and being 1,000 times more effective than when we are, than planning and logically spending every single moment of our days working towards a goal. So that's really present here. And this could be a real synthesis of just coming into balance of who you are this month, Capricorn, especially with the Fool covering the Sovereign of Cups right here. So let's just dive in. Sovereign of Cups. Look at that pearl. So just gorgeous, full. Queen of Cups is like this character who is just so present in her heart, so present in her emotions, is warm and generous and just full of vulnerability for others and herself here. And this is crossing up, but let's go ahead and see if there's any other information about the Sovereign of Cups that would be helpful for you guys. I love this little deck. Oh my God. Ace of Cups on top of the Sovereign of Cups. Girl, you ready for some new love here? Let's face it. Like, you are starting July off like present, available, ready, open. The Sovereign of Cups too is not someone who's been playing at this game, who's just starting this game. This is someone who's been working on their vulnerability, working on their presence, working on an open heart. And you're ready for new love. You are giving new love. Maybe you're starting a relationship here. Maybe you're starting a new connection with the divine, right? Like cups really speak to our intuition and ultimately relationships with other people, but ultimately our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with God, whatever that means to you. So gorgeous start here. Really beautiful, filled with just so much open heart. There's so much opportunity here for love and connection and heart opening. Covered by the Fool, brand new chapter of life. You are starting a brand new chapter of life here, Capricorn. And so isn't it important when we do start on a total new journey that we need to fine tune the vehicle that we're doing it in, right? So we want to make sure that you know, we got the oil change, and we want to make sure the tires are filled when we go on a road trip, that kind of a thing. So it seems like this overall theme for you is like, the cards on the board are really beautiful, and it's like, okay, great, perfect. Make sure you're fine-tuning things so that a flat tire doesn't catch you in the middle of a road where there's no service. That fine-tuning piece. What else do we need to know about the Fool here? Well, it seems pretty clear. Gorgeous start to your reading, Capricorn. The Fool here. What does Capricorn need to know about starting new journeys, starting new roads? The Fool. Help us clarify. The Fool. The Magician. Okay, so letting it happen, which is really interesting because you have the Magician here on the board too. So don't force anything this month. The cups really speak to a feminine energy. I'm surprised we don't see the Empress on the board. Maybe it'll pop out later. Be open to opportunities, as they come to you. Be open to receiving. It's like you're just marinating in the waters of love and an open heart. And I'm just feeling like this total new joy that you're experiencing here through the month of July. So lean into that and be open to opportunities that are coming to you. And in concert with feminine manifestation, allow the universe to sort of orchestrate what you've already aligned for yourself before you've seen it happen. Am I saying that right? I'm feeling so bumbly. So I'm also really trying to walk my talk here, Capricorn. And I know I've been saying this in all of the readings, but it's like, I didn't feel necessarily ready to go ahead and publish a bunch of videos this July. And I thought, no, July is the day. July is the time. So I'm going to be bumbling all over my words. It's just going to be a little bit of a bumble, but I'm hoping that that will also be infused into these readings of walking the talk, of doing what it is also that I am telling you, asking you, inviting you also to do, is just jumping in regardless of if it's polished. So my apologies if I am just a bumble. But I'm hoping that that message is clear, right? So with the Sovereign of Cups, you've been really in a place of mastering emotion, mastering your relationship, whether that's a relationship with yourself or a relationship with others. So you don't have to fight. You don't have to be in like a masculine way of like reaching out and, planning and like laying everything out and making sure each day is planned, right? You can allow the universe to now be in concert with you and dance with you through the month of July. So what are you building off of? Yes, you've done a lot of rest here. The Four of Swords and the Foundation. You're building off of a time of, or a foundation of deep solitude, deep rest. You gave yourself this rest, and that's where the biggest manifestations come from. Oftentimes is this rest and relaxation and rejuvenation and being refueled and having our thoughts really align with our actions. We need to be in rest, giving up the thoughts for a while in order to just have the time to really have everything aligned for us. Let's see if there's anything else that's important for you guys to know about the Four of Swords here and the Foundation. But that's really beautiful. It's like that card really sits at the foundation of the rest of the reading. So I love kind of talking about that space is what you're building off of. Like if that's the foundation you're building off of, that's too many, a foundation of rest and rejuvenation and a period that you've given yourself to recalibrate, which is really beautiful. And you come out of that completely clear, complete self-control around your thoughts and your beliefs and knowing exactly what you want, going for exactly what you want, being clear in your communication about it. And beautiful. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, what are you working towards? The Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, let me go ahead and get a clarifier for that before I talk about it. Moving towards clarifier for the Two of Wands in reverse. So that could be something like you guys changing course, wanting to change direction, having an opportunity that was available to you that you don't necessarily want, wanting something else, looking like an internal opportunity. So really wanting more opportunities or inroads or options like the start of a new project internally, like a meditation practice or planning for something. Let's see. Oops. Hello. I love this little deck to clarify because it's so small and concise and usually like so fast. I feel like it's just so clear. So there we go. Yeah, when it kind of takes a second or it just spills out with so many different messages. 5 of Swords. Okay, gotcha. So you are very clear that you are working this month towards opportunities or exciting new passion projects you're excited about, but you have them a little bit on pause, and it looks like maybe you are working toward stopping the bleed. I was in like an outdoor profession for a long time, and we did a lot of outdoor we did a lot of like backcountry first aid, and so that was always like stop the bleed. So if I'll have like sayings like that every once in a while, I'm sure. But this opportunity of moving forward, when we see the 2 of Wands in reverse, it can talk about an opportunity that's like either internal, we're really thinking about something, this is really important to something that like isn't a big external event. But with the 5 of Swords in reverse, we're talking about something where you are putting down the fight. Putting down the fight. Are you fighting yourself, Capricorn, on moving into a new opportunity? Are you having to really like kick out the thoughts and the opinions of other people as you consider a new opportunity? Are you afraid of a new passion project? There's a real sense here of addressing, oh, and beautiful. Okay, so we come back to this bacteria as your overall energy. Is there something that you want to do, but you've been programmed to believe it's not possible, or other people are telling you that it's not a good idea, or you're afraid of ridicule, or there's something about what you are consciously manifesting that's going to take a little bit more fine tuning this month in terms of just being ready to move into it. So maybe this is a new relationship. The 2 of Wands could absolutely be that, but you're keeping it close to heart, or you're not sure how other people would think about it, or maybe you're fighting with your boo or something. Don't worry, because it's going to work out. Look at you guys are both on the board. But the advice here is to really lean into the practices that you've clearly been utilizing: rest, relaxation, deepening into personal practices, and connecting to the divine, and kind of giving up the fight here against yourself, right? Integrate those other parts of you. If there's something that's been a really hard hit recently, what is the message that's come from that can help you move forward, right? We bump into hiccups in life all of the time. What's the message in that that's going to be the catalyst and the growth for you to turn this around? And that's what this looks like, right? Conflict creates new opportunities for us all of the time. It's just your matter of framing. So it's like avoiding conflict doesn't necessarily help all of the time. It can sometimes just keep our next opportunities at bay. So that's a really strong message coming through for you guys, is face whatever it is, and that can be a real integration of yourself this month. I hope that's clear. I hope that message is clear. Let's keep going. The pillar into the 7 of Wands, and I think the pillar is, I'm actually going to look that up. I love this deck so much, and sometimes it has, oh my gosh, so this is the Empress. This is the Empress. And of course it is. Look at that rose in the middle, being a representation of an open heart there, and the Empress representing feminine energy, an open heart, an open rose draws everything in. So this is exactly what we've been talking about. And Capricorn, what an incredible message for you, because as a sign in general, you guys are the hardest working, the most dedicated towards the outcome at whatever means. Will just bleed yourself dry for the end result. This is huge. You've either been working really, really hard for yourself to overcome that or to balance that out in your own life, or this is a message of real celebration for you, that you're doing that, you're in the process of that, that this is all coming for you this month. So the Empress here in the recent past, you are coming from such a beautiful time of feminine manifestation, really sinking into that open heart, leaning into the seasons, working with the seasons, working with the cycles of the moon, working with the cycles of nature, to be in harmony, to be in alignment, and having inspiration. This is the star here at the top, inspiration and divine guidance, kind of leading that whole process, leading the way, and being incredibly protected through the whole thing. Therefore, really allowing people to come to you. You're very grounded in this process, and that allows people to be drawn to you in a way that is incredibly potent for manifesting. So is there anything about the pillar here that would be helpful for Capricorn to know as they move forward into July? The pillar for Capricorn, the Empress. Yes, coming out of confusion, coming out of a time of real rest and rejuvenation where you are now really clear on your goals and what works for you. The moon in reverse talks about really addressing and facing our fears and leaning into the unknown as a way of moving through the dark. So really beautiful time, coming from just a very fertile time in the past. The pillar, the Empress, can also talk about babies, can also talk about families. Maybe you just started a new passion project or like started something new here, and it is on your way. It is launching you into the energy of the Seven of Wands coming forward. So Seven of Wands is a really powerful card about not giving up. There are cards in the tarot that say, stop the fight, put down the sword. It would be advantageous for you to rest for a while, to give up the fight. Seven of Wands is not that card. Seven of Wands says, there could be a lot of other people vying for your position, or there could be voices in your head that are passionate about saying you shouldn't do something, right? Old beliefs, old habits. This is a time, the Seven of Wands is a time to stand up for what you've already got going and where you want to be. This is a time to stand up to say, I have been working my 90-hour-a-week corporate job. That's not even possible. Whatever it is, this crazy corporate job for days and hours and years to fight for our family. I am done with that. I am absolutely committed to another way of life that looks like this. Oh no, but you can't do that. Oh no, how will we get funding? Oh no, how will blah, 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 blah. No, I am absolutely committed. And through my commitment shines my light, shines my inspiration, and by my example, through what I am fighting for, I will make this possible for everyone else that comes after me. So the Seven of Wands is a card of empowering yourself, standing up for yourself, and by doing so, you empower and stand up for other people. So really gorgeous, and I love seeing this fight here for you, this infusion of passion and energy, while so rooted in the deep water elements that are grounding your whole reading. So let's clarify the Seven of Wands. What's coming up for Capricorn here in the future? Seven of Wands. What else? Okay, the camera cut out there for a hot second, so hoping this will just keep going. We were just shuffling to get a clarifier for the Seven of Wands, and I was just saying how funny it was that it literally hop skipped this direction. So sometimes I'm also often shuffling this way, oftentimes the cards will go this way. This literally launched itself into the future. So, oh my gosh, gorgeous. Okay, interesting. So fighting for your choice, the Lovers denotes a choice. It can also denote, I don't know where I'm getting that word, but it is coming out of my mouth. So maybe that's an important word for you. It can also talk about choice. It can talk about relationships, of course, endings in relationships and starting new projects, new relationships that are working really well. This can also look like, so fighting against, it makes so much more sense this way. I don't know how I picked it up, but it makes so much more sense of choosing relationships that you want to have, relationships with yourself, and putting down the hustle is the real message of this whole reading, and fighting for that this month, fighting for this deepening of love, and fighting for this chance to stop being so busy. The Two of Pentacles talks about being so busy for the sake of being busy, right? So I say this is what makes sense. This is where I want to see you go. This is how I want this to land. But if it really did come out in reverse, this could be something you're going to have to fight for, right? Oops, sorry. So when we make new changes in our life, if we're starting something that doesn't feel comfortable to us, if we want to be like, yeah, I totally want to slow down. I'm good. But we've been a week into it and we've spent the last 3 decades fighting really hard to like for the hustle all of the time. This could be losing the choice, losing the option, and going back to the hustle, like slipping back into the game. It's reminding me of those episodes of Hoarders. If you've ever watched like the Hoarder show, I think I've seen it once or twice and heard about it a lot more before then. But it's like these people, these hoarders, and they have like a whole team of people that come in and bring like dump trucks on semis of space, and they have teams of people that clean out their entire house. But unless they actually choose to get therapy and go to treatment and keep choosing it again and again and again and again, they're going to go back to a full house full of junk. And so that's kind of what this is talking to me about. I really want to see the cards presented this way because I want to see you guys keep choosing love, whatever that means to you, whether it's a new relationship, whether this is the relationship with yourself. Although there's just this huge, gorgeous relationship on the board, this recalibration, this movement into a real balance of feminine, masculine in your life. And by feminine, masculine, I mean like rest, productivity, rest, rejuvenation, enjoyment, joy, happiness, weekends, projects, making sure the bills are paid, groceries on this side. It seems like there's been this balancing act that you're doing. I want to see you choose that, step into that so clearly, and give up the hustle. Keep choosing to give up the hustle. It did come up this way, I think, though. So you need to fight here. You need to stand up for whatever it is that you are choosing to move into this month, Capricorn. That is so strong. And I'm going to leave this on the board the way that it came because I want you to I want you to choose. That's where our empowerment comes from, is you get to choose. Are you fighting for the hustle again? Are you going to slide back into projects and like old habits of working too much or being too busy for your family or being too busy for your meditation practice or being too busy to cook good food or healthy nutrition for yourself? It's really a month to stand up into massive empowerment for what you want and accepting your bad behaviors, bad always with a, little, I forget what this is called, quotation marks, because that's the entire point of this bacteria card, is that nothing is bad. It's all a part of our experience that contributes to the whole of who we are. So accepting all parts of yourself and making changes that you want to see. The anchor here, and let me just clarify, I believe that is the Hierophant. The anchor. Oh my God, it's the Emperor. God, you guys. The Emperor, the Empress, and the Emperor, and the Queen of Cups, and the Ruler of Cups are on the board. And I sort of love when I look at cards and I know all of them and a message just pops out like it sort of did at the beginning. But I also love just being surprised and having these blind reads where you're just like, oh my God, that is so powerful. These powerful pairings here, and it doesn't matter if you're in a same-sex relationship, and you're applying this reading to your relationship. It doesn't matter if you're in a heterosexual relationship. We all manage and deal with the masculine, feminine duality and spectrum. And there are just these gorgeous, powerful balancing of that on the board. And if you are looking for a relationship, or if you are tending to a relationship, or if you're wondering like if there's a relationship for you or that you're in that might be working, there is some powerful confirmation here that you are in a gorgeous divine match or pairing. So let's move on. The anchor, that's just sort of objectively, but the anchor, how are you feeling about everything? This might feel really unsettling to you. You might feel like you were completely in your power before. You knew how to plan. You knew how to meal prep for the week and plan every outing and plan every moment of your day. I mean, Capricorn, hello. You are the master of planning. And so you might feel really discombobulated. This might be really a commitment to the unplanning, right? The deprogramming. Let's see if there's any other messages here that would be helpful for you guys for the month of, let's add a couple, July. Oh, gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this is just such a double down. This is such a reiteration of message from Spirit. new projects, it's like as soon as you really commit to stopping this old way and this old habit of being, there are not only new projects coming from you, but like there are new projects that are coming really quickly that are going to take root really quickly and blossom really quickly. So these are both new starts to like new jobs, new work situations. Like Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles talks about a very tangible new experience, whether it's a new project, a new baby, a new relationship. Even if it is talking about a relationship, it's one that's going to take hold. It's one that's going to work out. It's one that's like very tangible, physical. This is like moving in together. And then Page of Pentacles, the actual workings of it. How's it going to work out? This is a gorgeous 1-2 punch. Like not only is there a new opportunity, but you've already got it in the bag. You're already working the new opportunity. It's like you skipped the interview and like the application process, and you're just like already 2 weeks into the job. So whatever this is, even if you're feeling discombobulated or you're really stepping into a new way of living in life that is totally topsy-turvy from your old way, it's working for you. Whether you feel like that or not, you have massive opportunity here that's just driving into a lot of also potential financial abundance is like completely on the table. What's coming at you from your environment this month? The Magi. So and that's what happens when we are in a very receptive, i.e. Cups talk about that, Empress talks about that, receptive place is like people come out of the woodwork, opportunities come out of the woodwork, like all of these things come at us. We are magnetic, we're engaging, we are alive, and so people come forward and want to work with us, want to give us opportunities, want to give us gifts. So you're going to see a lot of blessings and a lot of manifestation sort of happen to and for you this month through your environment. Any clarifiers that would be helpful for Capricorn on that? Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you might just have to discern. You might have to be really discerning because there might be sort of an overwhelm of opportunities or new offers for you. And so just be clear, Capricorn, about what you want, who you want, your boundaries, what works well for you, and understand that it's okay to say no. Saying no to one thing means a big yes to another thing because you'll have the time, the energy, the patience to put into really diving deep into the things that matter to you. What are you hoping and fearing for? Stability. So this is always that balance of like, oh my gosh, new things are coming my way. I really want to stabilize in my new place. Love that for you, Capricorn. Love that for you on top of everything that you've got going on. Just don't hold on so tightly that you're going to scatter the rose petals, right? So you have this gorgeous new bouquet of roses. Don't hold on so tightly to the dream that you're going to destroy them. That's always the balance of the Four of Coins is how can we stabilize our finances? How can we stabilize our projects, our relationships, where we are in life without suffocating ourselves or those around us into boredom or the place where we're not growing anymore. What's the advice there? Boom. Stay happy, stay passionate. Oh, wow, so many. Okay. We're just going to take them. First, this just popped out. So stay happy, stay excited, stay passionate at home, right? This is like the happy home card. So stay invested and lean into the inspiration that's clearly going to come from that. And, you know, we saw so many like new starts, new beginnings. You're also going to want to, again, choose wisely. Like choose wisely and say no to some of the opportunities that are coming your way. And also the Queen of Swords in reverse, do that communication well. This is a really big message to be in your place of power this month and be able to communicate from your heart. The Queen of Swords can do that really well, but when she is in reverse or when she is on the opposite end of the spectrum, or when she's on one end of the spectrum, she can be cold, she can be cutting, she can talk about the truth, but in a way that has like no tact. So you want to be sure that as you are grounding here, you're not doing so from a place of like scarcity or like, I need that, or, harshness. Make sure that you are guarding your place of love and creativity and happy home from a place of open heart. And when she is upright, she is just communicating from a place of real heart space, which I love. And ending the month on the Ruler of Cups, like you're just honing and defining and coming into more and more mastery of who you are as someone who is vulnerable, as someone who is open, as someone who lives from an open heart. And this can also be finding a love again, starting with the Queen of Cups and ending with the King of Cups here, it's just on the board. But let's see what kind of clarifiers come up for you. Regardless, again, this could be a huge balancing for you this month, Capricorn, and I'm so happy to see it. Whoop, whoop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Seven of Swords. What is this one? Okay, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're just going to take the Seven of Pentacles because that was just too much. Anything else here that would be more clear? Emperor, and we've got one. Oh, of course we do. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. No big deal. No big deal. Look at you go, Capricorn. You're just crushing it this month. You're coming into this gorgeous, like, healer self. So this can also be you holding a lot of space for other people going through this same transformation. It's like by opening up ourselves and by claiming our vulnerability and our space in the world, we hold space for others to do the same. And you need to keep working on it this month. Keep tending the garden. Keep growing whatever it is that you are growing. And you are going to grow into an entirely new person in command of your life. Also, the Emperor, the Empress. We have more Emperor, Empress. It's going to lead to ultimate happiness here. There couldn't be a more positive way to end this reading. The other couple cards that jumped out, there was like 4 of them. The 10 of Wands, or the 10 of Swords was in there. I don't want it to look like I'm just pick and choosing like cards that I want best for you. Although, don't get me wrong, I would love to do that. The 10 of Swords was here. If that energy is coming in, it can just be a really... 10 of Swords is just feeling like betrayed, feeling really tired, feeling just like completely at the end. That could be sort of this like whisper of grief of the endings that come through the process of starting something new, because that's always the other side of the coin. So that's just another little message here as we end, that as you move into something new, don't be afraid of leaning into the experience of the grief and the endings of what's moving out. But Capricorn, this is such an exciting reading for you guys. I'm so excited for you guys in July. Remember to jump into whatever's important to you this month. No holds barred. You're going to really see the massive benefits of it at the end of the month. And I can't wait to talk to you guys next month. Thanks for being here.